Hey everyone, so this afternoon I am going to seed my cucumbers. It is the 15th of April and this is really the best time to seed cucumbers. You don't want to start them too early because they're very sensitive plants and their foliage is quite soft, so the frost will kill them if they're not protected. So you're in plenty of time to start them in April. Now with cucumbers, there's two different types. You have like tunnel cucumbers, which are suitable for indoor growing, and then you have ridge cucumbers for outdoor growing. So make sure you choose an appropriate one depending on your growing situation. Now the other thing with cucumbers that you have to remember is that you want to be looking for all female varieties. Some of the older varieties, if they don't say they're female, that means that they will have both male and female flowers on the plant. And cucumbers are kind of unique in the fact that they don't need to be fertilized in order to form fruit. So if you have a variety that has both male and female flowers, you'll need to take the male flowers off so that they don't pollinate, because if they do, then the fruit will be bitter. Okay, so with varieties, there's tons of different varieties, and just some of the ones that I grow some F1s because they just are very uniform and they give really good yield. This one is Kalunga F1. I also grow Persica, which came from Fruit Hill Farm. It's through the seed cooperative in the UK, and also Sticks is another variety, and my seed, they're from Tamar Organics, where I get my seeds. So there's some of the varieties that there's lots of different ones to choose. So the main thing is again, module size for something like a cucumber, which will grow. It needs a little bit of space, so I do a bigger module cell than say something like you were doing lettuce or basil in. So something like that size, or else you can do them in a 3 or a 4-inch pot. And again, I start with seeding compost, and once about 4 true leaves develop, then I'll transplant them on into individual pots, something like that. I did start some last week. Just a friend had asked me to start some of her seeds, so this was the Persica that I started, and you can see here they just, they're doing quite well. You can see 4 have come on before this little one is straggling, but that's why, again, you want to plant a few more than you'll need, just because you'll always have a few fallen soldiers. So they were planted on the 8th, and I would say they germinated in 5 days. But again, they're in a propagated with the temperature, propagator, the temperature is set at about 22 degrees. And then at night, I put them back in the propagator. But if you don't have a propagator, and like at this time of the year, space is premium, so I've moved out some of my plants, and again, I will protect them overnight with fleece. So you'll see here, I just roll the fleece over the tomatoes and the basil, anything that I don't fit in the propagator. And it is really important because the last few nights we have had frost and it will knock them back. But you can see here that just some other plants that I have my tomatoes now potted on, and they'll sit in this pot until they go out into the ground. Now technically they're big enough to go into the ground, and how you know is when the roots start coming out at the bottom, and I can feel that it's quite firm in there, so you can see it just like that. But I really wait until the end of April, because again, I'm planting so many, and if I get a belt of frost, it is hard to cover once you've trellised. So I'll hold them here for another 2 weeks, and then they'll go out into the ground. But the main thing to remember with frost sensitive plants like your cucumbers, or even your courgettes, your tomatoes, your basil, they do need a bit of protection at night. So getting some fleece and putting it over them will help to do that.